Da 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 da! What's my good cheer? Welcome, everybody. Let's give YouTube a couple of minutes, get those notifications out. In the meantime, if you've never popped into one of my lives before, hi, I'm Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside. And if you've hung out with me for any length of time, you may notice I got my glasses, people. Oh my goodness. That was something. I have no idea how I managed to do that on my little part time job in a thrift store, the job that puts the roof over my head in the moment, right? And, and I thought this would be a good way for us to look at this word that we had, wonder. And again, we're going to look at it in not in that wonder of things, but in that wonder of things, right? But in a different perspective. And in that perspective of how we spend so much time in our thoughts that we can make a simple thing super difficult, if not impossible. We can talk ourselves out of good things, right? Right? And it's in our hypervigilance. And if you're highly sensitive and if you're empathic, and I suspect, right? We deal with these emotions, these things. I call them my steering wheel, right? My steering wheel is the guilt and the shame, and it's like an obstacle course, my life in my day to day. And I know if those feelings surface up in me, it's something seriously for me to take a look at, right? And I've always been that way, but I thought today we would take a look at this word wonder and take into consideration, my glasses being a really good example. Like I said, I work part time in a little thrift store, right? And, I'm not saying I barely keep a roof over my head, but $1,000 unexpectedly, it hurts, right? It really does hurt. And sometimes, you know, we can say, oh my goodness, how are we going to do that? And not even try, not even move towards these things that are just even basic needs. My glasses are a basic needs. And believe me, if I could get a cheapy pair for $200 or $300, I would have done it, right? But I have a funny prescription that's difficult to fill, and it cost me a penny, right? But it's not something that I can just say, oh, right. And it took me months. It did take me months. I will say that. But it only took me months because I was working towards getting them. $1,000 is right. It's not like I'm going to pull out my wallet or credit card and, right? This is something I have to work towards. I have to include these in my goal setting, and start reverse engineering getting these things done for myself. We're talking just basic necessities, right? Isn't that? I can say that's sad. I can say that's sad, but once you hear, right, how good I feel that I accomplished that I didn't let myself talk, saying, Cindy, where are you going to come up with $1,000? Forget that. Get the gun tape out and tape out the handles on those old pair of glasses, right? They'll work. They'll work, right? And I actually talk to myself like this sometimes, right? Not with the glasses for different reasons. Number one, right? I work in say social media. I have these platforms, and sometimes, and it's unfortunate to say, but appearance does matter, and not so much that I have to be beautiful, but I do have to be presentable to some state, and I have to be, well, even though, right, you wouldn't tell if my shirt was all dirty or I was wearing my pajamas or something, but I do have to be hygienically taking care of myself, right? Because it's in that being received by others. And we can, we talk about not judging, right? We talk about not judging, but we do, don't we? And sometimes we're polite, and I can tell you, I broke my glasses in May. They really went wonky after my vacation in September, so we're going to say October. And for 2 months I went to work and did all my shifts with, right, electrical tape holding my glasses together, and I was using a handle off a pair of glasses that were different from the glasses that I was wearing, right? And I went to work like that, and everybody was so polite to me, right? Nobody said anything, right? Except for maybe the people I worked with, right? And if I was hanging around my sisters, of course, my sisters would have used it as an opportunity to make me feel wonderful about myself. Not, right? And for 2 months, everybody was so polite because they don't people don't genuinely, or not saying genuinely, they don't go out of their way to purposely hurt you, right? And they probably thought I was probably, and I was a little bit sensitive about the way I was presenting myself to the world, right? Even coming into my lives each day, you see me playing with my glasses lots, and right? And maybe turning my head a little bit so you wouldn't see the tape, or even making little jokes about it to let people know I'm aware of it, but I'm on it, right? But to get back, main branch, okay? That this wonder, and how it sometimes stops us from even moving towards our goals. I had no idea how I was going to pay for these glasses. I knew the glasses had to happen. I mean, I'm not right. That those glasses just would have gotten worse and worse and worse. And again, because me being on in social media, me being in customer service, right? And only even for my own emotional well-being, there's that stress of, oh, right, how am I going to pay for this? And there is that, we right, but you have to kind of ignore that talk, right? And just understand if you move towards it, right? You just have to move towards it. Don't listen to that. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't give up on yourself because you don't see how it's going to happen. Just set that goal. Cindy's getting her glasses, and reverse engineer it. Lesson from Gary Vaynerchuk. Thank you very much. I use it. I use it often. I use it always. It's a great one, right? Reverse engineering. Don't look at the process. Don't look at the all the you can't do that, or how is that possible, right? Just set that goal and just work towards back to it. I did it. It took 2 months. But that was $1,000, right? That right? That's $1,000. Oh my goodness, that's like 2 months rent, right? Right? But I'm proud of myself. I got it done. And I thought, in this idea of, just to tie it off, because we're ending this word wonder, and it's right, and it makes me wonder how we could talk about a word like wonder for 5 days and not lose um focus on the word and being able to look at it in different ways and actually get lessons out of it, even for myself coming back into my lives after this live, right? I have my cup of coffee, right? And I'm going to watch my live because I know there's a lesson for me. And when I talk about, right, what I accomplished in reverse engineering, and because even though it might have seemed impossible, right? Maybe, we think for those miracles, or right, or maybe we could save it. I'm not a very good saver, and that is a problem because if I had had some money put away and those glasses broke, I would have just gone and got another one. But it's just not as simple as that because you got optometrists, and you got salesmen, and you got people saying no because your prescription's too strong, or no, you're going to have to deal with this ugly pair of frames, but maybe we'll be able to get a lens in there. And right, I got a very pretty pair of glasses. I'm very, very pleased. I'm going to get another pair. We're working on teeth next, but that's the thing. I have no idea where I'm coming. Well, I have a little bit because it's right. I'm using a little bit of the income tax return. Plus, I'm spending my medical deductible so I can deduct it from my income tax return to give me a little bit more money to go towards the dental that I need. And I'm taking care of myself, right? Even if I have no idea how it's going to happen, I have to trust that it's going to happen. Tomorrow I'm going to get up. I was going to say, right? It's done. The money's spent. I have the glasses on my face, right? We're not out of it yet. I'll be eating peanut butter toast and coffee for a few more days. For a few more days. But then we're solid, and I'm not even gonna think about that money. We piddle away money constantly. Just even me stopping off and picking up a cup of coffee before I go to work. $3 for a cup of coffee, right? That I could make at home. But you do that 5 days a week, that's $15, right? And then you think, there's 4 weeks in a month. That's $60 of income that I might have been able to save to put away if I thought about it. But I'm not that person, right? I want to enjoy my life. It's in the programming, number one, right? So it's not something I'll be able, right? I don't say no to myself very often, right? I'll do my very best to give myself those things, right? Even sometimes those things that I don't know, or I don't, or that I know that are not good for me, like those pink ice donuts with the sprinkles. I haven't had one for a very, 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 very long time, right? But I don't think about it. only in the every once in a while when I use it as an analogy or an example in these conversations. But that was what I thought I'd tie this live off tonight. This podcast that we've put together with. We're going to do 54 words, and this was our 17th word. 17 weeks we've been doing this. Yeah, and we had the word wonder this week, and it was a good word, and it was a lighter word. So I appreciate getting a little bit something lighter, that those parts of me understand that we got a little bit deep in a couple of words before that, right? But they were lessons that I really did need, and things that I didn't understand, and those are the best ones, right? Those are the best lessons for me because I love new experiences, and it's just not a new experience, but learning something new can be an experience in itself too, right? But tying off the week this week is just to say, When you want something, when you need something, you have to have that action. You can't just want it. You just can't, right? You just can't need it. You have to put that effort. You have to get yourself in that direction of getting it and just meeting it halfway there. Just understanding, right? Like, you have no idea how it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. You set that goal and you just start taking steps, just the tiniest steps. They don't even have to be in order, because lots of times, right? In this second, I don't have this money, right? But on payday, can I put $200 away, right? Can I get ahead, which is what I did in order to do this, because I knew it was going to take an entire check and a little bit. That what I did is last month in prep, I put extra money. I got ahead of all my bills. I got on top of everything so that, right, that this month, knowing that maybe I might have to put a little chunk on everything, but I don't think that's even the case. I think I won't even miss a beat in staying on top of those responsibilities. I didn't give them any thought, but maybe it's just, whatever, whoever, right? Just tying off things nice for me so that, that I can relax a little bit, right? I can relax a little bit. It's done. We're going into something else. And but that's the thing. It's just a matter of setting those goals. It's just a matter of getting yourself in that direction, and you have no idea sometimes. I had no idea how I was going to get the glasses. I had no idea. I knew it was going to be on my own steam, that I might have to get creative in getting it done. But in the end, all I did was hack away at it to the best of my ability. And it got done. And like I said, in a few days, I'll remind myself every time I look in the mirror, oh, you got glasses. That was a good one, Cindy. I may even use it as an example of, some of these things that I've accomplished. Oh, which I will, because now I get to check off two things off my goals for this year, right? Two things. The glasses are getting scratched off, and my wireless microphone getting scratched off the list. I have a few other things on that list. Let's remind ourselves. See, right? My fiscal year starts in September, you guys. It doesn't start in the new year. It starts in September when I come back from my holidays. So I set my goals when I get back, and the goals I had for this year are: number one, my glasses. Done. I need to check this off, you guys. I'm so excited. I deserve to celebrate myself. I mean, for some people, that might have been pocket changed, right? And that's the truth. And if I didn't have that darn mindset, right, would have been pocket change by now for me too. Okay, glasses, check. And then I had my wireless microphone. So these are the things that I'm accomplishing still for this year between now and September. My glasses, check. My wireless microphone, check. I'm having dental done. That's the big one. That's going to take my income tax return and a little bit. But it's going to be great. And it's going to time me over probably, let's hope, 10 years, right? I need to get my passport renewed. It's coming up, and I want to make sure that that's taken care of. Um, my trip for September, next September, I already looked at the schedule. It looks like I'm leaving on the 16th to the 30th next year. So I have a few ideas, right? But I always have a few ideas. But maybe when they're more solidified, or if you just want to hear my ideas, you'll let me know, because right, it changes, and it's okay that it changes. My vacation, it started off big plans again. And it was a big, big vacation. I loved my vacation, but it changed halfway through the year, right? I couldn't help myself. I love Thunder Bay. I love amethyst. I love digging for amethyst. I love the provincial parks in Ontario. We're going to do some provincial parks here in Manitoba. Okay, so back to that. After I get the dental done, what I want to do is I want to put a little bit of chunk put away because that means I've really accomplished a lot. Because I'm going to be trying to get this all done by February, which means, well, end of February, middle of February, have this all done. And I think I'm going to be a little bit wiped. I'm a little bit wiped just getting the glasses done, right? But I thought I would love to go on a little trip. There are a few thought leaders. They do seminars, workshops. They some of them do big events. I'm not sure if I'm looking to do a big event, not unless it was VidCon. VidCon, I would consider possibly going to one year just because I love the people who put it on every year. I'm not sure if he actually owns it anymore, but I remember he I don't know. I'm not going to say because I thought he sold, but he's still involved with it. Okay, so I thought maybe I would do a workshop. Go away for a weekend or a few days, right? Make it a little vacation, take some adventure videos and stuff. Think I would go probably in I think in April would be a good time to take a trip. But I haven't given it any thought. I'm gonna set the goal and reverse engineer it, right? First I gotta figure out who I wanna see. Because there are lots of people out there that I would love to go see, to go on a trip and go see, right? Okay. Um so yeah, my workshop, seminar, right? Go see somebody in the networks that I follow, right? Um, and then yeah, I have non-paying clients, but it sure would be nice to have some paying clients, right? Um, so number one, I'm not doing my live shows at 10:30 at 10:30 at night, but because I come in fresh like a loaf of bread every single day, and because my life and my work and those things that I need to accomplish, uh, they're important too, right? So I come in fresh like a loaf of bread, but it would be really wonderful. Not a 9 to 5 kind of day, but to actually have just a more constructed day. You know what I mean? Just more solid, more consistent, more constructed. Still different, lots of different ingredients and stuff in it, right? But those were my goals for this year, right? And so that next year, my goals could be even bigger, right? Right? And I don't know how. Oh, and there was one more, and I wrote it in big letters here. This is a big one. Unexpected receive of evidence in our possibilities. I don't know what it is, but that's what I'm asking for, right? No question. That's crazy amazing. I'm shocked. Wow. Wonder. What a great way to end it off, right? Just, right? Just like, are you kidding me? So that's the last one. That's the biggie. The unexpected receive of evidence in our possibilities. What that possibility could be, well, let's leave it to the grace of whoever's going to fulfill that one, right? And that might even be myself. Wouldn't that be amazing if I could be my own evidence, right? Evidence enough that maybe somebody else might follow, right? Maybe a few of you might follow in some of those lessons that I'm taking in and move yourself forward and do it in a way that, right, it's fun, that we're smiling, that we're whistling while you, well, while we're working, right? And that's not a lesson of mine. That's something I picked up along the way. Thank you so much, everybody, for popping in tonight. I won't be here tomorrow. We'll be back with What's My Good Cheer on Monday. Sunday night, you guys, I have Chatters Live. If you want to come in and hang out with us, I have an amazing crew over on Chatters Live Sunday night, 7:30 Central, give or take 5 minutes, right? Just enough to come home, have my cup of coffee ready for us, sit down, and have an amazing conversation. No show and tell this week, but next week, oh my goodness, it's going to be an awesome one. I'm picking up Christmas presents right now. I'm treating myself, right? I'm treating myself with those little I love yous in between my I've got to do's. I don't have to do, but look what happens when you do. Do you see my glasses, Nancy? I got my glasses. Okay, you guys. Have a great night. Thank you for all the Christmas stuff, all the hugs, all the kisses, all the hearts. You're amazing. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.